So now the measurements we are using for this one, we need our shoulder to shoulder, our bust measurements, our waist, then our hip, then our blouse length. We need our hip on our blouse length. That is all we need. So the next thing I'll be measuring my blouse is 24. I'll be making it 26. Let me add 2 inches. So I'll just mark 1.5 inches down. That is, this place is going to be my middle back. So from here now I will start inserting my measurements. Let me first insert the horizontal measurements, my arm, my waist, my blouse length 24. So I'm done with that. So on this line I will start inserting my shoulder to shoulder is 15. 15 divided by 2 will give me 7.5, which I'm marking here. So the same thing I'm marking on my chest line to determine my armhole. Let me extend this one to the front. Then on my waistline it will give me 8.5. My hip measurement is 40. Then on this hip line, you can see I use my hip measurement so that the down of my shirt will not be tight. It's okay. Now to determine our armhole, we have to connect this shoulder line to the chest line. So that is what I'm trying to do. This is my armhole for the back. Then my shoulder slant, I'll be using 1 inch here. That is it. Then for the neck width, I'll be using 2.5 inches for my neck width because we are making a jacket. So on my bust line, I'll be using this for my bust line. Then I'll be inserting my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 38 plus 3 inches. Let me add 3 inches. Then for my waist measurement, I'll be adding 3 as well. Then for my hip line, I will be adding 2.5 measurements. The reason why I'm adding 2.5 for my hip line, my dart is not going to enter this place, so it's of no need to add much to that side. So I will be connecting the point. I will extend this one to reach down. See. Then at this edge, at this place, this is the edge of my blouse side. I'll be coming up with 1 inch or 1.5 is okay, but I'll be using 1 inch for this tutorial. Then I will connect it. As you can see, we are going to trim off this 1 inch. I want to cut it out before explaining the middle. Now I want to trim that down part here. That's it. Then this 1.5 inch that we marked here, What we are going to do with this one is that we are going to take half from this side, half, then we'll come down and take half at this side. Then we'll now connect it together. Here is it. Then the next thing we cut out this side. So this side we include to our measurements. This is the outcome. So for the neck, I measured 2.5 for my neck width. Then for my neck depth, I will be using 1 inch. 1 inch is okay. It must not even more than that for the back. My bust point is 11 inches from my shoulder. Just measure 11 inches like this. Then on this point, your normal standard measurements, nipple to nipple, can call it bust palm, still seeing the same thing. This is the waist. So on this waistline, I'm going to mark half inch at the both sides for my dart leg. Then I will connect it to this line. This is my hip. This is my blouse length. From the blouse, here is it. So on that waistline, just take half 0.5 at the both sides. Then hope you can see. The first thing I will be doing here now, I will trim this edge. After done with that, then I will be marking my 3 inches downward to the hemming line of my blouse. I'm marking my free. It depends on the type of collar that you want to do. Because of the type of jackets I'm making, that is the reason I'm measuring this 3 inches. By the special grace of God, a lot of videos are coming from this channel on this particular jacket of 18. So here now, this is the front. Here I'll be marking my 2.5 for my neck width. Here is it. Then for the neck depth, depends on you. But for this tutorial, I'll be using 4 inches. I'm marking my 4 inches. Then done with my horizontal, then my vertical measurement, then my horizontal measurement. This is my back. I'll be measuring same thing here, then connect it together to determine my armhole. I'm marking out 1 inch for my shoulder slope, half from this one for sewing allowance since it's for the front. The back I use 1 inch. Please, if you have any question on this tutorial, don't hesitate to ask. Then on this line, I'll be measuring my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 38 divided by 4 will give me 9.5. So on this 9.5 now, I'll be just place my tape measure, then you measure it up. Whatever you get, divide it by 2. Divide it by 2. Here is it. This is the point. This is it. Then from this one, I'll be coming in by 3/4. Then you can come in by 0. You can come in by 0.5 as well. But for this tutorial, I'll be coming in by 3/4. Then I'll use this curve side of my ruler to connect it with my armhole. That is that. That is all about that. Then on my bust line, I'm going to insert my bust measurement here. Here is my bust measurement plus 3 inches for sewing allowance. Then here on my waistline is my hip measurement plus 2.5 inches. Then I will connect it like this. I will slant it towards the front side. I'm done with that. Then back to the business. Here, these 3 inches that we left here, the first thing we are going to do now, out of the 3 inches, we start from the down. This is the hemline of my blouse. We start measuring 0.5 upward and half upward. The reason why it is 1.5, we are marking that 1.5 for our button. So now here, it depends on how you want the neck of you could make this one V, and then you could make it round, depend on you. I mean the neck width. I'm going to connect the neck width with the neck depth now. So you can use your ruler as well as your free hand if you're good at that. So I just use my free hand to curve my hand. This is for the neck. Then here I'll be connecting this one to this place. As you can see, this my bust point. I'll be connecting it to my neck depth line here. Hope you can see this. Yes, I wish we can see it too. So I'll be connecting it like this. I wouldn't like this place to be sharp like this. Then I want to curve it. Curve shape. If you look at it now, it will just be like this. No. So now, for the darts, this is my nipple point. So I'll be using nipple to nipple measurement. That is 4 inches. That is 8 inches divided by 2. That after marking this long line for the front dart, then on my waistline, here is my waistline, I'm going to measure half inch. From the down part of my blouse, I'll be coming up by 1 inch for the front. Then for the back side, for the upper side, this is my bust point. I'll just come down by 1.5 inch, which I marked here. So now I'll connect it together like this. So now the next thing is to go and stitch our blouse. But before doing that, I will love this one to reflect at the back. So I will just use this one to mark it, and I will be marking my darts at the back. I'm taking half inch. Then this is my nipple point, coming down by 1.5. Then you connect it. We need facing. To cut the facing I have here is what I will measure down. You see the way I did the down part? So this is the length I need for this place. Then if you look at this one, let me check. What I have here is just 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches, which I will mark upward like that. Then I will connect it with the one I marked here. You understand? So let's get on machine and see what it's going to give us. That is so. Then you can cut the sleeve of your choice. So now for this one, for the sleeve turn up, I'll be cutting facing. Just place it like this. So I'm done with that. So the next thing, I will go and stitch the two right sides will face each other. Then you stitch it like this. Same thing applicable to this one. Here is our jacket. This is the front. I have stitched the front, my darts here. As you can see, this is the darts. I've stitched it together, then I've ironed it. Here is it. That is the front, the two panel for the front. Then here is the back panel. I have joined the middle darts. I've joined it like this. Then I've opened it and ironed it. These are the darts for the both sides. Now done the same thing to the lining. Here is the lining. I will just shape out lining on it. Just place your lining on it like this way. The right side of the lining will face the right side of your jacket like this. Then the first thing you'll be doing now, you stitch the down part like this. You know, we added 2 inches for sewing allowance. So when you stitch half inch here, that is 0.5 here, you will use that 0.5 to stitch the lining with the Ankara, with the fabric. Yeah. Then after that, you will now use 1 inch to fold it in. That is 1.5 inches. The half inch that remain, we are using that one to join the shoulder. About that. So when you first stitch this place, you will iron it. After iron that one, then you will now fold this place. Now, this is the down part that I was trying to explain to us. Here is the down part. I have stitched my lining with my fabric, then I've top stitched it. Same thing applicable to the front as well, but that's all to show us. Then before you turn it like this, you have to notch it. No, as you can see, that I've notched this place now. I notched everything. You have to notch it, so to make it come out fine. So the next thing I will go and iron this. I need to iron this one. So here is our jacket. So now you will now measure whatever you get here from this place. Just measure it round. Whatever you have here is what you are going to use to cut your collar. It's 4.5. I added 1 inch for sewing some of this one now. I just came up from here by 2 inches. So now it remains 2.5 here. You could see this is 2.5. I have 4.5 here, but I'll be coming inside by half, 0.5 here, because I don't want that upper side of my collar to be straight. So I'll be cutting it out. To use 0.5 inch longer than what the reason why it's longer is because I slant my hand, so it makes it longer. So this is going to be the collar. Then it will face each other like this.